Dear students, my PPT is visible now. Presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Anyone of you respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
Okay. So today's session is how to convert your innovative ideas a research paper. So first entered into the presentation, I have to do this disclaimer. The suggestions and remarks in this presentation are based on my personal research experience. There is no hard and fast rule for publishing paper or writing paper. Based on my research experience, I have gathered some idea from my friends and my seniors. I have consolidated this PPT, how to present a paper in a good reputed journal, right? If you have some other idea, means you can follow it. There is no, there is nothing wrong in that. That's why I have given this disclaimer. It is only based on my personal research experience, right? I have been publishing paper for past 10 to 15 years. So based on that research experience, what I have struggled there, how my papers are rejected, what I have done mistake in that, based on that, I have consolidated this presentation and I want to share with you, right? So again, I am telling that there is no hard and fast rule for writing the paper, right? It is a writing paper is a art. Writing paper is a art. You can convert your art at any form and you can present your paper. But I am giving some key points. Sir, what are the gist or the important points expected by the journal, some reputed journal? I have consolidated all these things and now I am going to present here, right? First, we start from what is innovation and invention. Anyone of you, please, student? What do you mean by innovation and what do you mean by invention? Please be interactive. So invention is nothing but finding the new things, Innovation is nothing but renovating the existing one and or newness, adding some newness with the existing one. That is called as the innovation. That is the difference between invention and innovation. Oh, it is not moving. So invention refers to the creation of a brand, new product or device. That means that we are going to branding or we are going to create a new one, but it is not existing, right? That is called as the invention. But innovation is conversely, innovation is an act of making changes to the existing product. For example, if you are having a machine that is already existing one, if you are going to improve their efficiency or reducing the losses by 1 or 2%, it is called as the innovation. But at the same time, you are discovering a new machine for the other application, that is called as the invention. That is the difference between the invention and the innovation, right? Can you understand? Now, how do you distinguish between the research and innovation? How we can distinguish research and innovation? But anybody having any idea? Please be interactive. It is not a classroom. We are going to discuss. I am going to deliver what I have known and I want to extract something from you also. Any one of you, please. It is a general question. It is not any technical question. How do you distinguish between research and innovation? Already I have given the definition for the innovation. Now you can correlate that definition with the research and give me the answer. Any one of you? How do you distinguish between research and innovation? Nothing is wrong. If you don't know or knowing that, you can tell something about research and innovation. Please, students, be interactive. What is this? Okay. Research is the journey. Innovation is the reaching of destination. So innovation means it is the goal. So we have to set. But to reach the goal, we have to give some roadmap that is called as the research. So innovation is the reaching of destination and research is the journey. But I'm having so many differences between the research and the innovation. Second point is research is how you learn. Innovation is what you do with what you have learned. That means learning is the research. Applying that learning for some process is called as the innovation. Right? So from this 2 points, we can conclude that research and innovation is related to one another. If we start our research, we can reach the innovation. If you study research and we apply means we can do for innovation. So the research and innovation is related to one another. The final point is innovation is a result. Research is to investigate, right? Innovation is a result. Research is to investigate, right? These are the some distinguished point between the research and the innovation. Finally, we can conclude that research and innovation is interpret with one another, right? It is interrelated. If you want to do something innovative means we have to do research. If you are doing the research properly means we can reach the some innovative point or innovative ideas or innovative thing, right? So to get anything innovative or anything innovation idea, we have to do the research. That's why research and innovation are related to one another. Now, I hope that you can understand the what is the research, how the research is related to the innovation, right? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. So now we are having some innovation. We do our research and end up with some innovative idea, but we want to publish that one. We want to publish that. Why should we publish? What is the reason of publication? How it will be enrich our research or innovative idea? That is the $1 million question among all the people. What I am going to say is to share with the scientific community advancement and knowledge. We are having some advancements in form of some innovative idea and research, and also we are having some new knowledge. Suppose if you want to share my knowledge means we have to publish our idea. We have to publish our idea. Second point is to present new original result or methods, right? So already I told that innovation is nothing but renovating something, and we are adding some newness in the existing one. So we are going for some new product or new thing, and we are going to produce a original result based on that new idea. So to present that new idea and original, we have to publish our paper or idea. To rationalize our published result. What do you mean by rationalize? Rationalize means, suppose we want to justify our result means, or we want to justify our idea, or we want to justify our research methodology means we have to publish our paper. Publishing is one of the best rationalizing our idea. That means that suppose you want to justify our idea means we have to publish it. So why? Because that is when we are publishing our result or the idea or our paper, it won't accept immediately. That will be reviewed and it will be examined and it will be tested by many unknown people, and finally they accept it, then only they will publish. So suppose you want to justify our idea or publication, idea or innovative things means we have to publish. That is the third point, third reason why we are going to publish our paper. Fourth one is to present a review of the field or to summarize a particular topic, right? To summarize, for example, if you are having the innovative idea in some field, so you can't immediately consolidate your idea and you can't produce any paper. So before that, you have to do some review work. So that innovative idea or that existing result is already published or not. What is the current scenario of this field, or how the research is going on in the particular field? We have to analyze that, and what is the current situation of this field, then only we can publish, we can guide. That is called as the review. That is called as the literature review. So suppose you want to publish our innovative idea, means first you have to consolidate what are the new things or what are the old things and what are the review are there in the particular field. Then only we can summarize our topics. So these are all the some need for the publication. These are all the some need for the publication, right? So why should we publish? First one is to share with the scientific community, to present our new idea, to justify our published result, and also to present a review of the field and has to summarize our particular topic. So these are all the some needy for the publication, right? Now we are having some, we do some research. Finally, we end up with some innovative idea, and we want to publish our idea, or we want to publish our innovative idea as a research paper. So that is our next question. Where do we begin? How to begin? And how to start our writing, or how to start our paper? This is the another question in front of all the people, right? If you are thinking more, means you will be confused a lot. If you are thinking more, I am having this idea. Finally, I consolidate this idea. Finally, we get some good result in. Then how to publish it? And again you are thinking how to write, means you will be confused. Once your idea is, if you think your idea is new and very good, means you are getting the supporting result, the results which will support your idea in proper manner, means you can start your writing immediately. That's why if you are thinking more, you will be confused a lot. Now, how to convert your innovation into a journal publication? There are 3 points we have to take into the account before going for our publication. First one is preparation before starting and construction of an article. Third one is the technical details. So these 3 points are very much important. First one is preparation before starting. How we are preparing ourselves before writing the research paper. Then after that, after the preparation, we are going to construct the article. You should know the construction of the article. What are the different important things we have to include in that article? What that particular journal will expect from us? How to narrate and how to summarize our result, and how to it is like a screenplay. Already you have seen many movies. Story is different, screenplay is different. Story is a gist, that is only a small thing, but that small thing will be extended for 2.5 hours or 3 hours, means it is with the help of the screenplay. So preparation of the before starting, that is nothing but the story, main story. Construction of article is nothing but the screenplay, right? Now we have once we started our writing and prepared some idea, and we get some good result. That is over. That is our story. By that story, we have to write the article. That is called as the construction of article. It is nothing but the screenplay. Third one is the technical details. When we are making the movie, only the screenplay and story is now not the main part. We have to technically add some songs and also photography, choreography, like that. For paper writing also we have to do some analyze some technical detail, and we add some flavors to the paper. So this is now you can imagine that if you are having a story, and suppose you are going to produce a movie, means first you fix the story. That is the preparation before starting. After that, you do some screenplay. That is nothing but the construction of an article. After that, you decide some technical part. That is, who is the musician, who is the choreographer, and who is the photographer, cinematography, like that. So that is the technical detail. So now you can correlate this writing of your paper to a making of movie, right? This is the 3 important points we have to consider. First one is the preparation before starting. Second one is construction of an article. Third one is the technical details, right? Any doubt? Next, after deciding this one, we have to check the originality of our idea. We have to check our originality of your idea. right? How to check the originality of idea? How to check our originality of idea means you have to ask these 4 questions. Have you done something new and interesting? This is the first question you have to ask yourself. Have we done something new and interesting? So our idea is something new or something, it creates some interest to the people. That is the first question you have to ask against you. Second one is there any challenging in your work? Right? That is the second question you must ask by you. Third one is the work directly related to a current hot topics. Right? We can't take the absolute idea and we can't take the 10 or 20 years before what they have done. And now we can't speak about that, what you call that in our electrical field. We can't talk about now the wireless power transmission is very much developed. But first, what is the first thing we are doing? By doing with the inductive coil only, they are transfer the power from one place to another place without wire, with the help of the inductive coil for limited distance, But that is the old one. We can't think about that one. But wireless power transmission is current topic. But we should design a new methodology. Again, we are go for that mutual inductance principle means it won't be workable. So third question is the work directly related to a current hot topic? So nowadays, what multidisciplinary researchers are encouraged by the all journal publisher are expecting the multidisciplinary topics. So we can incorporate IoT or deep learning or machine learning with our current electrical field. So it will become the newness. So already we are having some methodology to identify, for example, we are having some methodology to identify the fault diagnostic in the transmission line and also in the distribution system. That is an old topic. We can use a circuit breaker like that, blah, 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 like that. We can use it and we can find out that, or we can isolate the system from the fault. But nowadays, how we will make that same transmission system fault into a hot topic means you can add the IoT, deep learning. That is the current situation. That is the current scenario. So with the old topic, you can add the new methodology. It will become a hot topic. That is the third question you have to ask about in front of you. Fourth one is, have you provided solution to any difficult problem? If you are giving any solution to the very unsolved problem, you have to ask this question also. So before check your originality, to check your originality of your idea, you have to ask 4 questions. One is, have you done something new and interesting? Second one is, there any challenge in your work? Third one is the work directly related to a current hot topic? Fourth one is, you provided solution to any difficult problem. So you have to ask these 4 questions. If any one answer is yes, then start preparing your manuscript. If you are asking this 4 questions, but you are getting any one question, any one of the question answer is yes, means your idea is somewhat new. Then you can start prepare your manuscript. So this is the way how to check your originality. This is the starting point. This is the starting point of writing your paper, right? Next. After deciding, now you decided. First, you have done some more, some research work, and you finally get some innovative idea. That is the result. Now you want to publish your result. So to rationalize your result, whether it is original or not, you have asked. Last slide, I have done some 4 questions. Who is that? So 4 questions. If any one of question is yes, means you are
Augustine 241.
Who is 241? Don't
241 Augustine.
90H51 241. So once you have decided your idea is original,
Austin
then you can
Surya.
go.
Stop your video and annotations.
Right? Then you have to decide your manuscript. What type of manuscript you are going to write, right? That means if you are having the story and you are having the screenplay and you have decided your technical features of your film also. Now you have to decide. So what type of manuscript means what type of movie you are going to do. That is period movie or a commercial movie or some art movie like that. Like that, here also you have to decide your manuscript. So what type of manuscript you are going to write? That is original scientific article or research. That is nothing but the research article. Second one is letters. Third one is review papers. These are all the some types of the manuscript. So original scientific and research article means what all academic people are doing this type of paper only. Letters means it is very restricted by the pages. That is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pages. But in letters they won't expect any result or any graph like that. So you have to present your idea and you have to give some supporting documents or supporting not in the form of any graph like that. You have given some supporting documents is enough for the letters. Review papers means it is very difficult to write very difficult to write the review papers. You have to review particular idea and you have to give some smart idea to consumer to reach that methodology. That is the review paper. Those who are very in depth in a particular field only can able to write these review papers. So we don't bother about the letters and review papers. We take only this research article and original scientific articles, right? Now you decided that your paper is research article. Then self-evaluate your work. Is it sufficient for a journal article? Now you have to evaluate your work by your own. You have to go through this work and 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and you have to decide that it is sufficient work for the journal article. Otherwise, ask your supervisor or colleagues for advice on manuscript type. So you can discuss with your guide or your students also, right? So once the meeting is over, again you rejoin. It is only 10 minutes more, right? So you have to discuss with your supervisor, that is guide or our student friends. Sometimes outsiders see things more clearly than you. After that, you can give your paper or you can discuss with your idea with your outsider also. They are having a critical eye to evaluate your paper. So first you have to evaluate your work, whether it is suitable for the journal or not, right? Then choose the right journal. Now you have decided that your work is okay. You discuss with your colleague, all are appreciated your work, and then now you are coming for the journal publication. Before that, the choosing of journal is very much important. So it will save your time for publication. Many times our paper has been submitted in the some non-related journal. It will be rejected or it will be not accepted after 3 to 4 months. So that period is wasted. So to avoid this one, first we have to select the journal. Which journal we are going to? Which journal is suitable for our work? Which journal has the scope of writing our paper in the accepting our paper in their journal. So first one is we have to choose the journal list. We have to choose the particular journal. For this, we are having the 3 points. First one is aim and scope. Second one is we have to decide types of the articles and readership. Fourth one is the current topics, right? Current topics means you have to go through the recent abstract. So I will show you how to find the aim and scope of a journal. Aim and scope of a journal. So when you enter into a journal home page, they display the aim and scope. Aim and scope means what type of article they will accept or what domain they are accepting the paper, like that. So in that you can identify that what are the papers they are accepting. For example, if you go for any journal's home page, it is having about the journal or home page. If you click on that, it will show some aim and scope. So in that aim and scope, they can discuss what are the field, that is electrical engineering, not only electrical engineering, power electronics, control system, thermodynamics, like mechanical also. Some paper can, some journal may be a multidisciplinary. So first you have to check the First, you have to check the aim and scope. Now, I will show how to check the aim and scope. Wait. So here you see, this is one of the best journal, ACA journal. You are visible. It is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you see, that is a journal. Once you enter into the journal, you can go academic about journal. When you click on the about journal, here you see the scope of the journal. Scope of the journal. So you click on this one. Here, they will, what type of paper they will accept, like that they will show in here, right? You will see, accept English language manuscript in the areas of power and energy, environment, sustainable energy efficiency, electronics, industrial application, control system, information, applied electromagnetic communication, signal and image processing, right? This is the scope. So now you can identify. If you are having any paper or any idea or any paper in control system, means you can publish your paper. It is the right channel, right journal to publish. So first you have to decide your idea, and then you have to decide your journal, right? Second one is types of the article. Already I told that what is types of article. We are going to produce only the research article. We are not going to produce any letters or the review paper. Third one is the readership. It is very much important. So readership means those people are who are going to be read your paper. That means that the origin of the journal, where suppose if it is Chinese journal, means most of the Chinese journal expect the mathematical modeling. Most of the Chinese journal expecting the mathematical modeling. If it is some other Asian journal, means they can accept only the technical. If you are discussing your paper very technically and you sound technically, and you have given some technical support, means they can accept. So readership is very much important. So how you have write it? If you are having some mathematical modeling and equations, means you can select any journal. If it is Asian journal, means they won't expect much mathematical modeling, right? But it should be technically sound. So third one is you have to decide your readership. Fourth one is the current hot topics. So even though we are going for the journal, you have to, if you are chosen some particular journal, means after that you have to download some papers from the journal and what type of the current topic they are concentrating now. You have to find out that one. So after finding that one, you will come to the idea our paper is suitable for this particular journal.
Second term join అయినప్పుడు sir ని video
Hello.
Sorry sir,
Right?
sorry. Continue sir.
Okay. So these are the four methods you have to you have to choose the right journal. My humble request is do not gamble by scattering your manuscript too many journals. That is unethical. Some people can say our paper is suitable for the 3 to 4 journal. So you submit the all 4 journal at a time and wait for the result. If once one journal you have given the positive result, means then we can withdraw, the people will withdraw from the other journal. So it is not a good practice. It is not ethical also. So my humble request is don't gamble your manuscript by scattering with the journals, right? Don't do that one. So many of the people are doing that one. That's why meeting is going to be end. I will close the meeting and again you rejoin in the same link. So based on this four 4 points we can choose our journal. Next one is 4th point is read the guide for others again and again. That is very important. Before writing your paper, you have to read out that guide for others. Again, I will show how to. Guide for other means if you enter into the home screen of the any journal, they will give the guide for other. So when you download this, they will give some instruction how to write your paper. What is the font size? What is the heading, title page? What is your affiliation size, font size? And how it is double column or single column? What is the space between the two? What is the DPI for the figure? How to make your table like that? They have given instruction. Follow that instruction. Follow that instruction properly and start writing your paper. Right? Next point is construction of article. That is the construction. Now we come to the second main point, that is the construction of the article. So here when we are going to construct the article, we have to decide what is the content and what is the presentation. Already I told that the story is the content and the screenplay is the presentation. But in the article, we have to present our idea. You are going to present our idea. So it should be somewhat catchy manner. It will attract the readers to take up your paper for many time and they have to go through your paper, right? Your paper will create some interest for the editor and also the journal people. Then only they will take your paper for the next level. So that's why I'm saying that content versus presentation. Content is essential. That is, without story, we can't do anything, right? The content is essential, but the presentation should be very critical. So that means that you have to present your idea very interesting manner and with some coherent writing should be there, right? There is a relation between the first paragraph, second paragraph, and the titles. So if it is any that is mislink between the first title and second title, the readers can't able to understand your idea. So that the content is very much essential, but your presentation should be very critical. So you have to write your paper very critically and to attract the readers. That is the construction of article. We have to consider 2 points. One is the content, another one is the presentation. So content is nothing but the story and presentation is your screenplay. So even though if your story is very boring, but you can make your story very interesting by doing your screenplay very right manner, right? Many movies are success lead to the success for that screenplay only. So screenplay is the very important. That is in the research article, that is presentation is very much important, right? Now it is the general structure of a full article, right? The first one is the title, author, abstract, and keywords. This is the first point. That is the first entrance of your paper. Title, authors, abstract, and keywords, right? So these 4 should be make them easy for indexing and searching, right? Title should be very catchy and author's name should be in same format. So for suppose my name is Muthu Balaji. If I am making my name S Muthu Balaji, means I will do this indexing. I will do this author name thorough in all paper in the same manner. S Muthu Balaji, S Muthu Balaji, S Muthu Balaji, or Muthu Balaji, yes. So here some journal can ask for the surname and title of the name like that. So you have to choose like that and you have to give properly the name. Then only your paper will be indexed very easily. So and searching for your paper by author name is also very much easy to identify your paper. Next one is the abstract. Abstract is nothing but that is the juice of your paper. So you should write your abstract very interestingly. Then only when your paper is submitted to any journal, the editor will go through first the abstract and the conclusion. If it is it creates somewhat interest to them, then only they can promote your paper for the review process. So the abstract is nothing but the face is the index of the mind. Like that, here the abstract is the index of your paper. Abstract is the index of your paper. The 4th one is the keyword. Keyword is nothing but some important technical terms what you have used in your paper. It will help the editor to choose the reviewer. For example, if your paper title is improving the efficiency of the electrical machines by some methodology, right? By finite element method, like that you are having the title. Now, what is the keyword? That is the finite element method, efficiency, and electrical machines. These are all the keywords. Why we are providing the keywords means the editor should not possess in the same domain. He may be a mechanical person also, right? So it depends upon the journal, they are having the editors, right? Okay. But the reviewer should be in your field. So to select that reviewer, they can use these keywords. They can use these keywords, right? Electrical machine means some people are very much efficient and they are having expertise in the machines. So they can choose that particular reviewer and they can send your paper. So the keyword is very much useful to the editor to choose the correct reviewer. If we chosen the correct reviewer means your paper will be reviewed very quickly and they will publish their result. If you didn't give that paper, this one, that is keywords properly means what they can choose any other reviewer. After getting the paper, the reviewer can go through the paper and then it is not my domain. So please, I withdraw this reviewership. Again, 1 month should be wasted for you, and again you are wait for 1 more month. So the keyword is very much important to help the editor to choose your reviewer. Next, this is the what you call, this is the entrance of our paper. Now it is the second point, that is your hall, that is main text, IMRAD. That is first one is the introduction, methodology, result and discussion, right? Each should have their distinct function. I will explain how to write all the things, abstract, introduction, method in the next slide. Fourth one is acknowledgement. If it is, if you are doing your paper with some other fundings and somebody is helping for your paper writing and your idea means you can acknowledge them. It is not mandatory, but if you want means you can do it. Fourth one is the references. References means what you refer for your work. That is literature survey. That is references. Final one is supplementary material. If it is also not a mandatory one. If you are having any data or any other supplementary material used in your project means you can give that data in this supplementary material. Don't use that data sheets and other things in the main paper. You can give this as a supplementary material also. But it is not necessary. It is not mandatory also. If they are required means you can give this supplementary material. So this is the general structure of your article. First one is the title, author, abstract, keywords. That is the entrance of your paper. And then main text, introduction, method, result, and discussion. Next one is acknowledgement, reference, and the supplementary material, right? So you have any doubt in this? The general structure of your full article. Now, we are having the different components. First one is the title, author, abstract, keyword, main text, acknowledgement, reference. Now, how to write all these things? When we start, how we start? I will show in the next slide. The general structure of a full article. Preparing the following order, right? So, this is, we are stepping up, not like this. We are to stepping down like this. That is, back to front manner, you have to write your paper. Then only you can get clear idea, and also your paper should be very effective. First one is you have to prepare your figures and tables. That is the first. You have to prepare your figures and tables. Discuss your figure and discuss about your table. Figure and table means you have given one figure. That's all means it is not like that. You have to discuss about that figure. What is it? Figure means it may be a single line diagram or maybe a graph. If it is graph means you have to technically what you infer from that particular graph, you have to discuss there. So just giving this graph and leave it and there is a figure number 1. That is the efficiency graph of a machine like that. If you leave it means they will ask so many questions. So you have to discuss that figure or the graph. What you infer from that, like that you have to discuss, and for the both tables and the figures, right? Second, you have to discuss the methodology, results, and discussion. Second, you have to discuss the what methodology you have followed for your to reach the result, that methodology. And what is the result? You want to discuss about the result, what you infer from the result, what you are going to do with that result, and what is your idea, and what you are going to make with that result. Like that, you have to discuss in the result and discussion. The finally, you have to go for the third one. You have to go for the conclusion and introduction. Conclusion means that is our final part of your journal, your paper. So what you are concluding from this result and discussion. Now, third part, you have to write the conclusion, and then you go for the introduction, right? Finally, you write the abstract and title. Finally, you have to write the abstract and title. But in the paper structure, abstract and title is the first part, but you have to write it in the final. Why? Because after getting the result and the figure and tables, if you are having the much idea on the methodology, then only you can write the abstract very correct manner, in very correct manner. So after writing the abstract, you have to go for the title. So based on the abstract, you have to give the title, right? Then only the title become very catchy, right? So this is the method order. You have to prepare your manuscript. You have to prepare your manuscript, right? First, you have to prepare your figure and tables. Second, methodology, result and discussion. Third, conclusion and introduction. Finally, you go for the abstract and title, even though it is the first part of your paper, right? Next, title. Now we go for the title. How to prepare our title? A good title should contain the fewest possible words that adequately describe the content of the paper. Keep your title very short. That is the important. You keep your title very short, and it will give all the information about your paper, right? I will show some effective titles in the next slide, right? Effective title means identify the main issue of the paper. The title should discuss the main issue. It will reflect the main issue of your paper. For example, if you are examining the efficiency of the DC machine means, so the efficiency, that word should come in the title. Begin with the subject of the paper. What is the subject of your paper? So if you are going to analyzing the performance of the electrical machine, it is your subject, means you have to start with your subject, performance analysis of, like that. Accurate, explicit, specific, and complete. Your title should be very, very explicit and accurate and very specific. Do not contain non-frequent abbreviation. Please avoid many abbreviations. That is, non-frequent means there are some abbreviations are there. DNA is also an abbreviation, but we all should know about the DNA means what is the DNA, all should know. So this type of abbreviation you can put in this title. But if you are having some other unknown abbreviation, means you don't use it in the title. My point is, maximum you don't use the abbreviations in the titles. So the title should be attract the readers. That is, it should be somewhat catchy, right? Like the movie title, right? That movie title should be attractive. So like that, you have to keep your title of your paper. So the title should give the content of your paper and main issue, what you have discussed in that paper, in the crispy manner, and avoid the abbreviations. So this is the main point for framing our titles. For example, here you see this one. I have given one example: reliability enhancement of radial distribution system through system reconfiguration with time varying loads. So once I have gone through this title, I can understand that this paper will discuss the reliability enhancement, that is reliability of the distribution system, how the reliability is enhanced, what methodology here that author has used, that is reconfiguration, what is the load with time varying load. So by go through this title, I can understand what is the content of the paper. Like this, you have to frame your title. Right? This is some example for the title. Then next, authors and affiliation. Keep your name and affiliation consistent. Already I told that that author affiliation and name should be consistent in the all paper. For example, my name is S. Muthubalaji. If I keep S. Muthubalaji in paper, another paper, if Muthubalaji S means the indexing will give it is very difficult to index my paper, right? And indicate your family name and given name clearly. Alternative spellings lead to online confusion. For example, some names are there. We can use different spelling for that. What you so if suppose take our Srinivasa Rao sir, na? Srinivasa Rao is one name. Somebody can tell Srinivas Rao. So if you are missing the A, means that maybe this there is no mistake in the name, but when you are spelling out this name like this means without and keeping the Srinivasa Rao with space or Muthu Balaji with the space like that means it will create the confusion during the your indexing. So you keep the paper, your name consistent in the all the papers, in all papers, right? Second one is abstract. How we are going to write your abstract. So abstract is nothing but the advertisement of your paper. That is important. It is that abstract is going to advertise your paper. Abstract is going to attract your paper, attract the people towards your paper. So you should be very careful. That's why when we are writing our paper, we have to write our abstract finally, right? Then only after writing all the things, we can understand all the technology and all the methodology in our paper. And after that, if you define that abstract, means it will be very, 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 very catchy, and it will become a very good advertisement for your paper, right? It should be brief, right? And it should be very brief, means it should be in the 4 sentences or up to 4 to 8 sentences. So what this 8 sentence should have? First one is, first sentence should be state the problem. What problem you are going to analyze in that paper? That should be clearly mentioned in the first 2 lines. Say why it is an interesting problem. So why you have taken that particular problem and how it is very interesting and how it will become useful to the society. You have to discuss that another 2 lines in this abstract. Say what your solution achieves. After that, what you have achieved the solution. How the solution will be reached and how it will be useful for the society. Like that, you have to discuss about your result in the third 2 lines. And the final 2 lines should be say what follows from your solution. What will be followed? What will be you are going to follow, or the people can follow from your solution. That is your nothing but your future work. Like that, you have to write your abstract. First one is, first 2 lines should be your problem. Second 2 lines, how it will be very useful and interesting, and what methodology you are going to use, and how you are getting the result is the third 2 lines. And finally, what is your future expectation from this result, right? Again, I am telling that write the abstract last. You have to write the abstract in the final part of your paper, even though it is the first in your manuscript. The quality of an abstract will strongly influence the editor's decision. Already I told that when you are submitting your paper, the editor won't go throughout the paper. They have gone through title, abstract, and conclusion. So by going through it, if it is very interesting, means they can go for the next process. Otherwise, they can reject your paper. So make the abstract and conclusion and title very catchy and very interesting, right? Any doubt in this? Writing abstract, students?
No, sir.
Fourth one is how to write the introduction. Very simply, I can say that the introduction should convince the readers that your work is important. Now you are going to introduce your work. That is what problem you have taken and how you are going to solve. So in that introduction, you have to discuss, you have to convince the readers. So how much this problem is very important, how much it will be useful to the society. Like that, you have to write your introduction to convince the reader, right? Here also we are having some part, that is what is the problem you want to discuss. Are there any existing solution? If you are having for example, if you are improving the efficiency of any DC machines, means already they have done some other work, some other methodology to improve the efficiency. So you want to discuss that existing solution. And after that, which is the best? If you are discussing, that is nothing but the literature review. So when you are discussing so many methodology to improve the efficiency of the machines, you have to conclude that which one is the best, what are the drawbacks of the system. Then you have to, after concluding the limitations and through the literature survey, You have to take one or two limitations for your problem, and you have to discuss that this is the problem I have taken from the literature survey, and I am going to solve this problem by this method. So this is the end of the introduction. This should be the last 4 lines of your introduction, right? So in this way, if you have to write your introduction, means it will be very convincing. It will very convince the readers, right? Next, methods. How did you study the problem? That is the methodology. How you are going to solve the problem, or how you are going to approach that problem, how you are going to get the solution for that particular problem, what you have taken from the literature survey. That is the methodology. There are so many papers are there. Based on that papers, our methodology can be varied. So empirical paper means we should have the material study, area description, method, techniques, what theory we are using, scheme, flow, performance analysis, and any other new algorithm if we are using, means we can use this type of materials and this type of pattern in these empirical papers. If it is case study paper, means so no need of the case study and theory paper. We only talking about the research paper like empirical papers, right? The basic principle to provide a sufficient information so that knowledgeable reader can reproduce the experiment or the derivation. Okay, you can understand that what is the methodology. If you are doing some experiment, that is the to solve the problem, means that is the methodology. If you are giving that methodology, means the reader can understand that they can use your idea or your methodology to solve the problem. So like that, you have to narrate the methodology, right? Final one is result and discussion. So in the result and discussion, excuse me, you have to list the main findings. That means what is your result by applying your methodology. What you have find to improve what is the method, or what is the technology you have find to improve the efficiency of the or performance of the particular electrical machines. That should be highlighted in the result. Highlight difference between your result and the previous publication. You have to compare your result with the previous work. Already you have discussed the many existing solution in the introduction part, or as separately as a literature survey. So you have to take some part from that, and you can compare that particular result with your result, and you have to highlight your result is best one. Result of statistical analysis. If it is possible, you can give the statistical analysis of your result. Result of performance analysis. That is, performance analysis is what are the parameters you have taken to solve the problem. So you have to explain that and compare with the parameter wise in the result part. And a set of principal equations or theorems supporting your result. So suppose you are using some theorems or algorithms, means you have to discuss that algorithm and the flow chart for the pseudo code in that result and discussion part. So these are all some important points we have to discuss in the result and discussion. So the result and discussion should have the main findings, highlight of your result under the comparison, and if possible statistical analysis. It may be vary with the paper to paper. Then what is the parameters you are having? You have to analyze that parameter and how it will be improve your performance. Like that you have to discuss. And finally, if you are having any equations and other things, means you can discuss that equation and other things in the result and discussion, right? Next one is figure. How to make your figure. That is very important. A figure is worth 1,000 words. If one figure is equal to in a research paper 1,000 words. So you have to make your figure very clearly. If it is figure in the sense it is a line diagram or any picture or any graph also come into the figure category. So you have to maintain 300 dpi to 600 dpi, right? That resolution of your paper, your figure or any diagram should be in the range of 300 dpi to 600 dpi. Then only it will be very visible. Otherwise, once the reviewer gone through it, if he is not able to infer from anything from your figure, means they can give the commenters to improve your quality of the figure. So we don't give any room to give suggestion by knowing this type of things means we can avoid these things in the initial means the reviewer comment will be very less and the review period will be reduced and we can the paper will be accepted very easily, right? So figure should be in the 300 dpi to 600 dpi. And the table means the table here depth, gravel, sand. That is one I have taken one civil paper example. Depth, gravel, sand and mud. What is the wrong in this? Here there is no units are there. Depth, here they have mentioned the unit in the each and every column. It is not necessary. So here you can the water depth meter is here in this. Like that you have to mention. As the electrical engineer, you have to follow the proper standard units. KW, it is not kilowatt, right? You have to avoid this one. So you have to make K small and like this, you have to, it is some example. So you have gone through them standard units and you can use only the standard units in the tables. Seventh one is discussion. What the result mean? Check for, you have to check after finishing that result, you have to check all the following things. How do your result relate to the original question or objective, outline and introduction section? So the result should be line up with your abstract and also your problem and also your objective. So it should be line up with your abstract, conclusion and your result, and abstract should be in the same form. That is in the line up with it. If you are discussing something in the abstract and you are doing some methodology and if you are giving some conclusion different means the paper won't be accepted. Can you reach your conclusion smoothly after your discussion? You have to evidence that I have taken this problem and I have reached the solution for this problem. Like that you have to discuss. Do you provide interpretation for each of your result presented? So already I told that. You have to interpret your result with the existing one. Then only your result will be highlighted and your work will be somewhat better than the existing one. Right? What is the do not make statement that go beyond what result can support and suddenly introduce new terms or ideas. Some people can write the paper. So the flow will be come into one methodology and they have taken one technology. Suddenly they will turn up their paper and their way of writing and they will introduce some, suddenly they will introduce IoT, deep learning. Why? Because it is the current trend. So they introduce something and they are giving make on that they are giving some other result like and interpreting that new methodology. Suddenly their new methodology and they have given some confused result. So it won't be accepted. So if you are having your own methodology and if you decide it means you can go for that only, right? Next one is the conclusion. In conclusion, I will discuss only do and don't. Present global and specific conclusion in relation to the objective. Indicate uses, extension and limitation if appropriate. Suggest future experiments and point out those that are underway. So these are all the things you have to consider doing when we are writing the conclusion. Don't summarize the paper. Conclusion is not a place to summarize your paper. That we have done in the abstract. That is the purpose of the abstract. Make a list of trivial statement of your result. Don't make any trivial statement in your result. If you are doing this is correct, and if it is correct means if it is correct. Finally, you should very confident with your result. Make judgment about impact. Right? What is the impact and what is the future enhancement of your? You have to discuss that one. Use uncertain words such as might, probably, that the efficiency may be improved. Most probably it is very suitable like that. Don't use these uncertain words in the conclusion. So these are all the things we have to consider for the do and don't in the conclusion part. Next one is references. Reference means what we have referred. That is the final part of our paper. So confirm everything to the guidelines for the authors. So the referencing pattern is different from the different journal. So first you go through the guide for the author and understand what type of referencing if they are asking means you can follow that particular referencing, right? Suppose when you are writing your reference papers or that literature survey, if the author is single author means you can add, you can mention that name. Otherwise, you can use more than 2 authors means you can use this word it all. That means and others, right? Next one is what are the different types of referencing style? There are 5 types of the reference style are followed. There are so many types, but the important 5 types are APA, MLA, Oxford, Harvard, and Chicago. But for the research paper writing, technical paper writing, we are using only the APA and MLA, otherwise called as the IEEE format, right? So MLA means Modern Language Association. Here you see that MLA format of a referencing. That first author name, then inverted comma, the paper title, and journal name, and then year, and then paper year of publication, and issue number, and then page number. This is the MLA model. That is MLA referencing format. APA, that is America Psychological Association recommend this APA format. That is only one difference is here we are having the 2018 year. If you remove the year and you can put it in front of this author name means it will become the APA. So nowadays all technical research paper are following these two type of formatting only. That is otherwise called as the IEEE format. That is afterwards it will become the IEEE journals are following these two MLA and the APA format. So it will become the IEEE format. But actually that referencing format name is MLA or APA. MLA means Modern Language Association. APA means America Psychological Association, right? So only difference is that is placing the year. If it is in the last means MLA, if it is in front of the author name means it is the APA. So depends on your journal requirement, you can follow these referencing formats. So next one is the plagiarism. It is very important. So plagiarism means the act of presenting another's work or ideas as your own, right? When we are writing our paper, we can go through some literature survey and we can take up the idea for the others also. That is good. But we have to cite their name and we have to cite proper places. And directly you are copying the thing and pasting is very much unethical. That is called as the plagiarism. That is called as the plagiarism. What are the different types of plagiarism? Means global plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, verbatim plagiarism, mosaic plagiarism, self-plagiarism, incorrect citation. Global means presenting all the things. You copy the things from one paper and you are pasting it as your work. Your own work is called as the global. It is very severe. Paraphrasing means rephrasing. You are copying something and you can rephrase it and again you use it means that is called as the paraphrasing plagiarism. It is also considered very serious. Verbatim plagiarism means you are taking some ideas from different paper and you consolidate as your own, and if you are publishing in your paper means that is called as verbatim plagiarism. And mosaic plagiarism, self plagiarism means if you have already published one paper, suppose you are extending that work means you can copy your paper, your own paper, and you are reproducing that one. That is self plagiarism, but it is not very severe, but it is moderate. So incorrect citation. Citation means already I told that in referencing, you are giving that author name and you have to cite. If you are taking that idea from them means you can cite that. For example, Ohm's law means if it is square bracket 2, you have to refer that particular Ohm's law statement in the referencing 2, in the reference number 2. Like that you have to cite that. If your citation is incorrect also, it will become a plagiarism, but it also not taken as a very severe one. So all should know that acceptable plagiarism level for or similarity index for any journal, including references, 20 to 24%. I am talking only about the higher end journals, 20 to 25%. If it is IEEE and other things means it will be below 10 is acceptable, right? Again, I am telling that it is including the reference. Including the reference, your plagiarism level should be in the 20 to 24. For IEEE and other higher end journal, it should be below 10. Okay, this is the how your paper will be submitted and how it will be. What is the process in the journal? There are 3 parts. One is the author, editor, and reviewer. If you are the author, you are submitting paper. If the basic requirement, that is the, if you are following that author guidelines properly and all the things properly means, they can go for that one. And if your abstract is very nice and your title is very good and it is very interesting means, they can assign the reviewer. The reviewer, after that reviewer comment, they will give 3 comment. One is the minor revision, major revision, and resubmit and reject. So if it is reject means again you have to resubmit. If once after review, your paper is rejected means again you don't submit the paper in the same journal. You can go for the another journal by incorporating the reviewer comment and answering that reviewer comment, right? This is the process what we have taken in the process in the journal publication. Author, editor, and reviewer. Finally, the publication, right? So now you finished it, right? This is the, I hope that I have given some simple ideas and for writing your paper and for publishing. If you have any doubt, we can discuss now. Thank you for your patient listening. If you have only 2 minutes more, if you have any doubt, we can interact now.
Yes, my dear students, if you have any doubts, you can interact with sir regarding how to write a paper and all.
So meanwhile, I request Dr. Srinivas Rao sir to give the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank our management to conduct this type of seminar to know about how to write paper and all. And then I would like to thank R&D head M. Suresh sir and CIE head Premalata madam and CIE members from our department, Dr. M. Vijay Shanti madam, who materialized this seminar and make it success. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like to thank our today's resource person, Dr. S. Muthubalaji sir, for giving a wonderful presentation regarding how to convert our innovation into a paper. A detailed lecture has been given. One can easily understand from the lecture how to write a research paper and how to submit to a journal, how to select a journal while submitting